KREM 2 News at Noon begins now.
Wild weather here in the inland northwest. May be hard to tell what season we're in. To the south, crews are working on containing, yes, a wildfire. But to the north, snowplows are on the road. And then right here in Spokane, we are looking at sunshine. We are tracking that and everything in between coming up ahead.
Trans women are women! Trans women are women!
Well, protesters are gathered outside the Supreme Court today where justices took on cases that may impact the LGBTQ community. At issue is whether a law prohibiting discrimination on the basis of sex extends to gay and transgender workers. Well, thank you so much for being with us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Jen York.
Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Papetti, and we are seeing certainly a wide range of weather today all across the Pacific Northwest. People will experience basically something different in every direction. This is all coming down as we prepare for, a deep freeze. Not good if you don't like the cold. Evan Narani is joining us now in the Weather Center. Evan, so I guess what can we expect? I guess that depends on where we are.
That's exactly right. And kind of the timing on that is pretty fluid as well. It looks like most of the afternoon between about now and 3 and 4 p.m. we're going to be sticking with these mostly dry conditions before clouds begin to build. On satellite radar right now, we're only talking about a few showers up around the Sandpoint area and around the Idaho-Montana border. If I pause this at where we are right now, you can see what we're dealing with is a majority of just cloud cover as the issue. Otherwise, showers are moving toward about the Deer Park area. Spokane and Coeur d'Alene remain dry and in fact remain actually pretty sunny. What we have though in preparation for is a lot. So wind advisory off toward western Montana. There used to be a wind advisory in effect for Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That has since been canceled. Winter weather advisory though that will be taking effect until 8 a.m. Tomorrow in areas of North Idaho. So you can see that around the Riggins area, around Wallace and Coeur d'Alene as well. Now what we're really anticipating is mostly dry conditions between about now and 4 and 5 p.m. After 5 p.m., clouds build. We start to see some showers toward the evening hours, but overnight, some of those showers could persist. If those showers persist into the overnight hours, it will turn into snow. So that's kind of where we aren't quite sure. If that snow, if that rain and precipitation persists overnight, then it comes in the form of snow. If it stops prior to those temperatures really cooling down, then it will only come in the form of rain. Either way, mountain passes expect snow as they currently are seeing snow. And toward the lower elevations in metro areas around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, that is still kind of to be determined. So we'll talk a little bit more about that and lay out future tracker for you to see exactly those trouble spots coming up in just a bit. Back to you guys.
All right, Evan, thank you. Well, crews are working to contain a wildfire burning south of Spokane in Franklin County. The Mountain Way fire sparked yesterday near Connell, just off Highway 395. Crews say flames burned at least 5,000 acres. Right now, it is at least 30% contained. So take a look at some video sent in by viewers. Authorities say there are no evacuations in place and no homes are damaged. The cause of that fire is still under investigation.
Can't even believe you're looking at that, right? In October. Meanwhile, Washington Mountain Passes saw a dusting of snow today. So let's take a live look at Snoqualmie Pass. Right now, there are no restrictions for drivers. However, as you're driving by and you see that dusting white stuff, you know winter is coming, as they say.
And traction tires were advised this morning even on the pass.
Okay, different story here, Stevens Pass. This is a camera view. WashDOT cameras there, and crews say there is snow and slush on the roadway. And as you might imagine, that's a little tough if you're going through for the first time, right?
And traction tires are required now if you're heading over Stevens Pass.
All right. For the latest travel and weather conditions, be sure to check KREM.com or always keep up to date on the KREM 2 mobile app. It is definitely worth having, especially as we're entering this season.
Well, Pullman firefighters improvised in April to rescue people from a flash flood. This is video of the crews using a front-end loader to bring people to safety. They actually rescued more than 20 people. A lot of people applauded the crews for their quick thinking, but Washington Labor and Industries is fining Pullman Fire $2,700 for breaking workplace safety rules. Here's the rules they broke: riding in a loader unsecured, not having the correct helmet and flotation equipment, and letting an untrained person drive the loader.
We completely support all the decisions that were made that night. It was an emergency situation. Frequently you have to make do with the tools that you have available to you, and that's exactly what our personnel did that night.
While some firefighters irritated by the investigation and the fines, they say they saved lives, including an infant and someone having a diabetic emergency. The city of Pullman, though, did not fight the fines, and they're already paid. Well, the city of Spokane is suing the maker of opioids.
So yesterday, the City Council approved a contract with the Seattle-based law firm, and Spokane is joining in dozens of other governments in the suit against different companies, including the maker of OxyContin. Purdue Pharma, by the way, recently filed for bankruptcy.
Council has been agitating to get in on this for a long time because of the damages that these companies have caused our community. But I would say over the summer, there were several court decisions which went in favor of this type of litigation on behalf of cities and counties. And so when our legal department looked at it again, they said, you know what, the benefits probably outweigh the risk.
So council members say anyone would go to a variety of programs, though they say cannot, of course, make up for the damage that is already done.
Well, new at noon, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is in Seattle. She just wrapped up at an event at Harborview Medical Center. She talked about the skyrocketing costs of prescription drugs. Speaker Pelosi is working with the White House and President Trump to lower the cost of prescriptions.
But we do have to address the out-of-pocket, whatever it is, whether it's premiums, whether it's drugs, whatever it is, the out-of-pocket has to be addressed.
Supporters for a new bill say big pharma companies charge Americans up to 10 times more for the same drugs sold in other countries. Pelosi's plan would make lower prices negotiated by Medicare available to all Americans. It would require drug makers to pay rebates if prices go above the inflation rate.
And tomorrow, the Washington State Board of Health will be voting on a proposal to ban flavored vape products. This is after a nationwide uptick in vaping-related illnesses, and that does include 18 deaths. This week, leaders in Washington and Oregon will meet to figure out how to move forward with the bans on those flavored products. Washington Governor Jay Inslee, along with Oregon's governor, are both calling for bans. Researchers have not pinned down what product or specific ingredient is behind the outbreak.
The president blocked a U.S. ambassador from testifying today on Capitol Hill. It happened just hours ahead of his scheduled deposition. Gordon Sondland was set to testify about his relationship, the relationship between the U.S. and Ukraine. It was part of President Trump's impeachment inquiry. Text messages show he insisted there was no quid pro quo in the president's decision to withhold military aid to Ukraine.
Supreme Court is hearing arguments today in two landmark cases for LGBTQ rights. The case will determine if it is legal under existing federal law to fire an employee based on sexual orientation or gender identity. One case involves a Georgia man fired as a child welfare services coordinator. This is after joining a gay softball league. The court is expected to issue its ruling coming up in the spring.
It is 12:08 now, and it's a piece of video that certainly has neighbors on the lookout in North Spokane. Take a look here. They say someone spotted a wolf roaming near Joe Albee Stadium, but experts say it may not be exactly what you think.